unfortunately, Matt hit the nail pretty hard on the head there. See, in Australia, we've got the music and we've got the fans. So what is it that's keeping this scene from blowing up in the face of the mainstream? And what's keeping us apart from our metal brethren?
Just because
it's far away.
It is far away, and there's not that many people. I mean, Australia's only like about 22 million, I think. So when it's Europe, like Germany alone is like, I think 80 or 90 million. It's just, you know, in Europe, there's just tours constantly, and it's easy to go to see a show in Europe, whereas here, I mean, it's better than it used to be. Now there's, you know, maybe a tour every month, whereas it used to be every 4 or 5 months.
Well, we're signed to a German label in Europe called Limb Music, so I guess in terms of how many sales, you know, we get a lot of that, you know, does occur in Germany because, you know, obviously the band's signed to a European label, but the style of music we play is pretty popular in Europe, so, you know, European power metal.
The average Australian are pretty hot and cold with their taste in music and arts and whatever, so they'll either like something or not like something. I mean, it hasn't reached the popularity levels it has overseas, but the underground is still pretty solid, and there's so many passionate fans out there that keep it alive just by supporting each other and dedicating themselves to the cause and enjoying it and living metal. But yeah, I don't think it'll ever reach the popularity it is overseas.
Some of it's got to do with population. Australia's a pretty new country, and a lot of the population and areas of growth is on the coastline, and you know, with a couple of states being very separated from each other, and with the territory as well. So a lot of parts of Europe, you know, that we've, you know, gone to tour in, a lot of the countries are a lot closer by, and so, you know, I guess it's the spread out of how Australia is, and also the population, summing up.
There just literally is not the support for metal in the Australian commercial music scene. If you look at all those scenes overseas, like Germany and Finland and Japan and everything, they do have sort of extreme metal sort of rocking in the charts every so often. I mean, it's not all the time. But in Australia, it's only ever the very big international releases that actually chart. So most of the time you got things like, I don't know, Shannon Knoll or Lily Allen or something, anything that isn't metal that's in the charts. People aren't exposed to heavy metal in their day-to-day lives throughout radio and, you know, rage and video hits and that kind of thing.
There doesn't seem to be the industry support. Of course, you've got the promoters like Metal Evolution and Carnage, but in terms of bigger things, I just don't think it's there unless you're in a big international touring band like Maiden or Metallica. And so I think a large part just comes down to self-promoting, promoting yourself, be it on the internet or in real life.
I think it's terrible that I wish there was a lot more support. So I think the more support we get, you know, the better. And things like shows like your Triple J's and your Triple R's, like as in the Racket and stuff. And sometimes, you know, the internet in many ways with a lot of the heavy metal based websites, I think it's awesome because it allows people to, you know, just hone into that. So I wish there was a lot more support, but it's funny because in the last 20 or so years that I've seen it, always tends to get swept under the carpet, yet at the same time it always rears its ugly head, if you want to say, and it always rises, so that's kind of cool as well.
I guess they just think it's just, you know, just a few people doing a little thing over here. They don't probably realise that it's actually a lot bigger than they think, but you know, they don't need us, we don't need them, so I don't really give a shit, you know. I couldn't care less. And actually I'd prefer it if they don't acknowledge it, you know. It's just commercial rubbish, so let's just keep doing our own thing.
Running through the nuclear waste! Stand down! Apocalypse explosion! It's dropping off the ground! Maritime war! You can't win your show! When you take the future, your time is slavery! To the subterranean, running them off, dancing down the rebel with the spike at the bar. Look at the back to see this wasn't inside. Whipping at the scream and no one heard. Not a lie. You're like fire. Oh, it's fucking stuff. Whoa! Disorder! No! Whoa! Disorder! No! Whoa! Disorder! No! Whoa! Disorder!
Talk to the camera. We're filming.
Filming? Well, look at me, looking like an idiot. Tell you what, where's the bathroom around here?
That way.
Oh, look at that.
Men's toilets.
I'm on my way.